Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Journeyman project Pegasus Prime. Last time we got info dumped, whole lot of knowledge imparted on us, and I forget some things, so AI needs to help me out.
Agent 5, you must use the Pegasus device to restore the proper flow of history by repairing all 3 of the temporal distortions. Travel back to each of the affected time zones and prevent the primary events that initiated each of the anomalies. It is paramount that you observe the temporal integrity mandates and not further disturb the past in any way.
Yeah, because I'm starting to disrupt the future because I'm stuck in an alternate timeline where Commissioner Gordon is Commander Gordon. Or Baldwin. I'm thinking Batman. Dang it!
You are in the Pegasus device, the particle accelerating space-time transporter V1.
Okay, why did you have to come up on the big screen in order to tell me that? Oh boy. Well, apparently what it did is actually really screw up the... There we go. It screwed up the map, which was interesting. There we go. Alright, so we have 3 places we can go. We can either go to the World Science Center in 2310, we can go to NORAD 6 in 2112, or we can go to our good old Morimoto Mars colony in 2185. Seems like a good place as any. Start in the middle and work your way to either side.
You are about to travel to the Morimoto Mars colony during the year 2185. Analysis of the compared history records indicates that there are 2 events that did not occur in the correct history. The Morimoto colony should not have been destroyed, and the alien ship orbiting Mars should have been able to leave undamaged. You must ensure that these events unfold properly in order to restore the correct order of events.
Shuttle 1 has just departed from the East Gantry.
Welcome everybody to Mars. Pretty sweet. Alright, so this time zone pretty much is a good place to start in terms of getting your paths and everything good and streamlined. Because this one is pretty much the most loaded out of all 3 of the time periods.
Bienvenue à la colonie Morimoto sur Mars. Nous vous souhaitons une visite formidable.
So, the person that's on the screen right there is actually named Laura Morimoto. Named after, well, which is what the Mars colony is named after. She was one of the staff on the Journeyman project.
Bienvenidos a la colonia marciana Morimoto. Disfruten su visita.
It's cool that we do get different languages. We get French and we get Spanish, and of course...
Welcome to the Morimoto Mars colony. Have a wonderful stay.
Sorry, you were expecting Japanese? No, of course you get English for the very last one, in terms of the airlocks.
Shuttle lock active. Launch not authorized.
Aw, but I wanted to go into where the ship used to be. See what it looks like. Oh well. Gotta keep going forward.
Out of my way, human, or die.
From really close up, he sounds like a bunch of pop cans.
Pod has just departed upper transport sector.
From the sound really close, he sounds like a bunch of pop cans crunkling together.
Your immediate mission is to prevent the destruction of the Morimoto Mars colony.
Okay, that's all we need to know right now, thanks.
You are on the shuttle docking gantry of the Morimoto Mars colony. The former mining operation is being discontinued, and the colony is currently being remodeled to serve as a vacation resort.
Vacation resort on Mars. Okay, then. Now, she mentions the word gantry, which I didn't even know that the word gantry existed until, like, I actually was going into this a little bit more detail on my own time. But yeah, this is pretty much what a gantry is. Here's a picture of it. We also get to see a little bit more once we look at some information. We need to get our bearings, so it's a good idea to learn about, well, the colony.
The newly erected Morimoto Mars colony rests on the edge of the vast canyon. The colony's gantry, which contains the shuttle docking bay, spans over the Red Canyon. A closer look at the gantry reveals its 140-foot stretch across the canyon, and the 3 cockpit module nodes, which transport pilots to and from the ships. After launching from the docking bay, shuttles circle the narrow canyon toward the accelerator tube, built on the central plateau. The tube allows launch shuttles to easily escape the thin atmosphere of Mars. You are currently in the entry hall of the shuttle port. To your right and left are portions of the old mining colony, which have not yet been renovated. These areas are for authorized personnel only. The main entrance to the colony is behind you. Welcome, and please enjoy your stay.
Well, I totally am authorized, or at least I'll be in due time. I feel like at the very beginning he gets cut off. He might have been saying that it's overlooking the Canyon Caprides Minor, which is where we are.
Like a celestial siren, Mars lures us to its inhospitable shores with visions of unearthly splendor. Thanks to an atmospheric energy shield, you can enjoy the majestic volcano Olympus Mons, the vast canyon Caprides Minor, and many of Mars's other natural wonders from within the comfort of Morimoto Corporation's Mars colony. The generator for the colony's atmospheric shield lies far beneath the planet's surface, the legacy of the miners whose abandoned caverns this colony is built over. Construction of the colony should be completed by June of 2190. Please enjoy your stay.
So, if I were someone who wanted to destroy a colony, where would I go? Well, I guess I would follow the route of the robot. Except, for some reason, he had to come out of the main entrance. So, we might have to do?
All arriving tourists are required to check in at reception area. Please refer to gantry kiosks for maps and information on the Morimoto Mars colony.
Yeah, it said that the colony entrance was here, so we might as well go through. Now, if you play Turbo, like me, more than Pegasus Prime, you would be a little bit skeptic about coming in here, because when you did it in Turbo, you just instantly died. But no, you're required to come in here this time.
A thermal scan has detected colony personnel in close proximity. TSA Protocol 3 forbids any contact with humans during a temporal restoration mission.
Alright, so we're not going through that door.
Agent 5, you must not compromise your mission by risking contact with other humans.
Don't talk to people or be social in any way. Alright, so seeing as we have to be antisocial, let's, oh. Well, I was kind of wondering why no one was at reception, but I guess this answers my question. No wonder the robot had to come in here. Okay. Looking on the monitors really quickly, main swallow is flying east at an average velocity of a bunch of numbers. What is the average velocity? Huh, okay. There's a bunch of things on the monitors. There's a couple of monitors throughout the game that you really should pay attention to and see what they actually say, because they can be a little bit interesting. But for now, the reason that we're at the reception desk is to pick up this access card, which is a new item for Pegasus Prime. Otherwise, there's not much else to really look at.
A thermal scan has detected colony personnel in close...
Yeah, I know. But there's also another guy just kind of flat-faced and either passed out or worse. I don't know what the directives of that robot would be, coming out of there. But, kind of do want to feel like he didn't do complete harm to them. Just kind of knock them out. Kind of like what he did with me. It's just like he kind of just threw me aside because I'm not personally threatening him. Just kind of in his way. Alright. Time to follow him.
Tunnel pod has just arrived in upper transport sector.
Okay. Well, we have our way down now. Remember this nice little tram here from Turbo, but we got a couple of other things that we can look at. For instance, the entire tram system is completely changed from Turbo. Even from a little bit from the original Pegasus Prime as well. The amount of times that you have to click this screen, though, is kind of a little bit strange. Alright, so... Oh. Well, there's a lot of places that we're not able to go. It's just no entry everywhere that we look. Alright. You better know this map in good detail, because this is going to be important really, really soon. Seeing what our safest route is going to be. So, we got a left, another left, and a right, and a right, and a left, and left, and we should be good to get to the reactor. It's the only place we can actually get to between the colony and here. Alright. Now, if you remember from Turbo, on the back of this there were actually two items. You got a maintenance key, and you got wire cutters. Neither are in this game. Instead, we get a brand new item. A power crowbar, ultrasonic agitator, ceramic handle, a trigger, for some reason, and made out of an alloy shaft. Specifically made out of aluminum-carb. That's gonna be handy. It's always handy to have a crowbar.
Please insert security access card now.
Alright. Access card, there it is. With all of its goodies there. Digital signature circuit matrix. And just pop it in there.
Caution. Portions of the maintenance transport tunnel are closed for repairs. Confirm accessible destination and clear path prior to departure.
This is now an interactive segment. In Turbo and the original Pegasus Prime, this was not. Which feels a little weird. The other thing about this is that while I paid attention to make sure that I know exactly where I'm going, because you do have to do a couple inputs yourself of whether you want to go left or right, the Pegasus Prime original one was not interactive. However, it was a lot more cinematic than this. In this one, it's pretty clean versus the original where you were actually going through a whole lot of no entry signs and had to break through stuff. The other thing is that at the beginning of this, where it says that you use the keypad left or right in order to steer, there are also instructions in the game files that you're also able to swipe left or right. Which is interesting, because there's also touchscreen capabilities here, which I believe... I don't know if they're actually utilized or not. Is this available on something with touchscreen capability? Like, I would think like a Windows 10 laptop would also be able to do that, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's interesting that those kind of controls might be hidden away in the game, although unused. Alright, in we go. At the reactor level. Looks pretty familiar to me, anyways. Oh boy. Oh, well, gotta be careful, robot. It's a bit of a tight squeeze for you, isn't it?
Out of my way, human.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of his way myself, so he's not throwing me again. Because I don't like to be thrown so much, but...
Tunnel pod has just departed lower transport sector.
Alright, well, he left. Back the way he came. The question is, what did he do here?
Close examination of your current view is recommended.
Great hint, AI. Sometimes I don't even want to look at her hints, or even try to find them, because, yeah, super helpful. It's look closely. Yes. See what's here that isn't in any of the other spaces? We have...
This oxygen mask is empty.
I can see that from my HUD. Thank you. This one is an interesting one because not only is it an oxygen mask, it's also a filter. So even though we don't have any oxygen in it right now, it's empty, we can still use it, technically, as a filter, like so. It's not really that much important. It's going to be more important to us if we can actually fill it.
This air station is currently empty.
What? No. You can't do this to me.
Close examination of your current view is recommended.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help. What do you mean that it is not... What do you mean that it's empty? This is the place where I was supposed to actually get my oxygen and everything. Like, okay. Yeah, so Pegasus Prime changes things up from Turbo. It actually introduces some new walls that you have to get through. Mars Colony is not that easy to traverse anymore because you need to go into a completely different time period in order to get freaking oxygen. Which is what we exactly have to, well, do now. Alright, so this definitely feels like something that we need to go and deal with now, as it's the best thing we should do. Because we're going to need this oxygen mask with oxygen really soon.
Warning, there is a serious lack of oxygen beyond this door. Another direction may be advisable.
Well, this might be the way that we need to go, because I don't know about the transport right now. Is it going to come back or not? Doesn't seem like it. It's not here. Alright. Alright, so what we're gonna have to do right now is get out the Pegasus chip again and recall. I like to have the feeling right now that since we're still in the alternate timeline, that Commander Baldwin is just getting all of this information all weird. It's kind of weird. Kind of interesting in the same way. But since we can't do anything more in the Mars colony right now, that means that we have to find another source of oxygen somewhere. It could be in either of the other two destinations. And we're going to be tackling both of them right now, because next time on Pegasus Prime, we're going to be taking care of most, if not all, of the walls that are going to be in our way for completing all of the time periods. So that means 2 time zones, 1 video. See you next time, everyone!